Hello and welcome to Vision Academy. My name is Hanmant Ladwa, and in this video we are going to write a program to input the number of units of electricity consumed in a house and calculate the final amount using nested if statement. Use the following data for calculation. Units consumed and cost per unit. If the units consumed is less than 30, then rupees 3.50 per unit has to be charged. If the units consumed is greater than or equal to 30 and less than 50, then rupees 4.25 per unit has to be charged. If the number of units consumed is greater than or equal to 50 and less than 100, then rupees 5.25 per unit has to be charged. If the number of units is consumed is greater than or equal to 100, then rupees 5.85 per unit has to be charged. Now let us write the preprocessor directives. Hash include in angular brace, we'll write iostream.h header file, and the next preprocessor directive is hash include in angular brace, we'll write console input output.h header file. Now let us write void main function curly open brace, and here in a declaration section we are going to declare all the necessary variables which are to be used in the program. Here I'm going to declare some variable of type integer. For example, I'll write old read comma new read comma units and put semicolon. And now I'm going to declare some of the variables of type float. Here I'm going to write minimum amount, and next is VAT, that is value added tax. Next I'll calculate amount, and then I'll calculate net amount and put semicolon. Next let us write CLR SCR function, which is used to clear the screen. Here we are going to ask the user to enter the old reading using cout stream insertion operator. In a double quotation mark I'm going to write enter the old reading. So end the double quotation mark and put semicolon, and we will receive the input from the user through keyboard using scene stream extraction operator, and here I'm going to use this variable called old read and put semicolon. Now we will ask the user to enter the new reading, enter the new reading, end the double quotation mark and put semicolon, and we are going to receive the response from the user through keyboard using scene stream extraction operator. And here we have got one variable called new read, so I'm going to take new read and put semicolon. After this we are going to ask the user to enter the minimum amount. So here I'm going to write cout stream insertion operator. In a double quotation mark I'll write enter the minimum amount that has to be paid by the consumer, even though the consumer has not used any of the units, even though the units of electricity consumed is 0. In that situation also the consumer has to pay this minimum amount. So here I'm going to write scene stream extraction operator, and then I'm going to use this variable called minimum amount. So here I'm going to write minimum amount and put semicolon. So after receiving this, we need to calculate the number of units consumed. So how to calculate? We have to subtract old reading from the new reading. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the variable called units is equal to, I'm going to subtract old reading from new reading. So I'll write new read minus old read and put semicolon. So whatever the value that we are going to get, it will be stored in a units. And after that we are going to check out condition if these number of units are less than 30. Okay, because here in the question they have given if the number of units consumed is less than 30, then 3.5 rupees per unit has to be charged, right? So next we will calculate the amount. I'll write AMT amount. This variable we are going to use. Amount is equal to units into 3.50 and put semicolon. If it is not true, if the number of units are greater than 30 and less than 50, here you can see if it is greater than or equal to 30 and less than 50, then 4.25 rupees has to be charged per unit. So next, in our next condition we are going to check else if units less than 50. And now we are going to calculate amount is equal to, here I'm going to write 29 into 3.50. Why 29? Because whenever I say less than 30, it is calculated for 29 units, or you can say less than 30 means 1 to 29, up to 29 units you can calculate, right? So once the number of units are in between 30 and 50, then we have to calculate first 29 units 3.5 rupees, and then afterwards, after the 30th unit, we have to calculate the value 4.25, multiply 4.25 to the remaining units. So next I'm going to write here plus units minus, here I'm going to write this value, that is 29 is to be subtracted, because we want to get the remaining 20 units. You can subtract 50 minus 30, that is 20. So 20 units will be multiplied with the value 4.25 per unit. Okay, next put semicolon. And next, if this is false, if the units is not less than 50, if it is greater than 50 and less than 100, here you can see if it is greater than 50 and less than 100, then each unit must be charged with rupees 5.25. So now we are going to check out one more condition, else if, and here I'm going to write units is less than 100, then we have to calculate amount is equal to first 29 units must be charged with value 3.5. next plus I'm going to write the next 20 units, as I told you earlier, 50 minus 30, that is next 20 units must be charged with the value 4.25, correct? Next plus I'll write units minus 49. Why 49? Because already 29 plus 20 already calculated, and the remaining 49, less than 100 means what? 99, correct? So 50 units value is already calculated, and here the remaining 49 units we need to subtract from the units, right? So this one has to be multiplied. If it is less than 100, then it has to be charged 5.25. So now we are going to multiply this one with 5.25 and put semicolon. If the units are greater than or equal to 100, here you can see in the condition they have given, if the units are greater than or equal to 100, then it has to be charged 5.85 per unit, right? So here I'm going to write else part, else amount is equal to, for the first 29 units 3.5 rupees, plus the next 20 units has to be charged 4.25 rupees per unit, plus here we are going to get 50 units, right? So after subtracting 49 from 99, right? So we are going to write 50 into 5.25, right? Yes. Next plus units after 100th and 100 onwards. So how many units we can calculate? Units minus 99. So here you can add 50 plus 20, it will become 70. 70 plus 29 will become 99. So units minus 99. So after 100 and after 100, how many units are consumed? So those number of units are charged with rupees 5.85 and put semicolon. Now we are going to calculate value added tax. So I'm going to use the variable called VAT, right? So VAT is equal to, we'll take 12.5%. So we'll write 12.5% can be written as divided by 100. Next we are going to calculate net amount payable by the consumer. So how to calculate this? We have to write first amount. So we have to write calculate amount plus amount. On this amount we have to charge VAT. So that is 12.5%. So here I'm going to write into VAT plus minimum amount is to be added, right? So minimum amount and put semicolon. Now we are going to write cout statement, and here in a double quotation mark I'm going to write final amount that is to be paid by the consumer. So final amount is equal to stream insertion operator. Final amount will be stored in the variable called net amount. Here I'm going to write net amount and put semicolon. Here I'll write get ch function, and curly closing brace for the main function. Now let us take an example here. Once we compile and run this program, so it will ask the user to enter the old reading. So I'll write here, enter the old reading. So for example, I'm going to write 50. Next, it will ask the user to enter the new reading. Enter the new reading. Here I'm going to enter, for example, 70. Next, enter minimum amount. So it will ask the user to enter the minimum amount. For example, I'm going to write 100 rupees. Next, we need to calculate number of units. So new read minus old read. So new read is what? 70. Correct? So here it will be initialized to units, and next old read is what? 50. So minus 50. So 70 minus 50 gives us 20. So 20 will be stored in units. Next we are going to check out these conditions. So if units is less than 30, units consisting of what? 20. 20 is less than 30. Yes, condition is true. Then we are going to calculate this amount. We are going to calculate amount is equal to units is what? 20 into 3.50. So this is going to give us 70 rupees. Correct? Yes. Next, this is one run, right? So if this condition is true, then this particular amount is to be calculated. If this is true, then this is calculated, and immediately control directly jumps to the next statement. It is not going to check out the remaining conditions. Here we'll calculate VAT. So how to calculate VAT now? We'll write VAT is equal to 12.5 divided by 100 can also be written as 0.125. You can shift 2 decimal points on the left hand side, right? Yes. Next, net amount is equal to amount plus amount into VAT plus minimum amount. So how to calculate net amount now? Net amount is equal to, what is amount? Amount is 70, correct? 70 plus amount is 70 into VAT is what? VAT is 0.125 plus minimum amount is what here? Minimum amount 100. So here I'm going to write 100. Now further we are going to simplify. 70 plus 70 into 0.125. So what we are going to get here, we'll check out. 0.125 into 70. So 0 5 is 0, 0 2 is 0, 0 1 is 0, 0 0 is 0 plus 7 5 is 35, 3 carry 5, 7 2 is 14, 14 plus 3 is 17, carry 1 7, 7 1 is 7 plus 1 8. So 7 0 is 0. So here we'll write 0 5 7 8 0. So after the 3 digits we just put dot here. So it will become 8.750. Here I'm going to write 8.750 plus this 100. Now you can add 70 plus 8.750 is 78.750 plus 100. So it will become 178.750. So this is the first run. So what is going to happen if I run this program so that the units will be greater than 30 and less than 50. So let us take, here I'm going to write run 2. So once again it is going to ask the user to enter the old reading. Here I'm going to write enter the old reading. Now I'm going to enter, for example, 50 only will take. Next it is going to ask the user to enter the new reading. Now I'm going to enter, for example, here I'm going to take 90. Okay, so which lies in between 30 and 50, because 90 minus 50 is 40. So which lies in between this 30 and 50. So that's the reason I've taken 90. Okay, so we'll check out this next condition. Next, here you can see enter the minimum amount. We'll keep this one constant. Enter the minimum amount. So 100 rupees will write. Next, units consumed. Units will write here is equal to new read minus old read. So new read is what? 90 minus old read is 50 is equal to 90 minus 50 is 40. So 40 units are consumed. Next we are going to check out the condition. So this condition we are going to check. Units is what? Here it is 40. Whether 40 is less than 30? No, condition is false. Once the condition is false, then control transfers to the next condition. It is going to check out if units is less than 50. Yes, here you can see 40 is less than 50. Yes, it is true. Once this is true, then this particular amount will be calculated, right? Yes. Now we'll calculate amount is equal to 29 into 3.5. We have already calculated here. Actually it is 20 units, right? Okay, fine. So we'll calculate this one once again. That is 29 into 3.50 plus units minus 29 and into 4.525 will calculate. So 3.50 into 29 units. So 9 0 is 0, 9 5 9s are 45, 9 3s are 27, plus 4 is 31, plus, so 2 0s are 0, 2 5s are 10, carry 1. So 2 3s are 6 plus 1 7. So 0 5 1 and this is 10. So after the 2 decimal point it will become 101.50. So 101.50 29 into 3.50 plus units minus 29. So units minus 29. How many units we have already consumed here? 40 units. 40 minus 29, correct? So 40 minus 29 gives me what? 11, correct? So 40 minus 29. So we cannot subtract 9 from 0, take carry. So 10 minus 1 is 1. So here 4 minus 3 is 1. So it is 11 units. Now we need to calculate 11 into 4.25. So 4.25 into 11. So 5 ones are 5, 2 ones are 2 and 1 4s are 4, plus similarly 5 ones are 5, 1 2s are 2, 1 4s are 4. Next 5 plus 2 is 7, 6 and 4. So after the 2 digits you can put decimal point. 46.75 plus 46.75. Here, okay, next we need to add both of these two. 46.75 and plus 101.50. So it will become 5. This is 12. 6 plus 2 8, 4 1. So 148.25. So amount will be 148.25. So after calculating this amount, it is not going to check out the remaining conditions. So directly control jumps to VAT. So it is going to calculate VAT 12.5%. So it can also be written as 0.125. Just now we have seen. Next we are going to go for calculating net amount. So how to calculate net amount? Here I am going to write net amount is equal to amount we have to write. So first amount is 148.25 plus amount into VAT. So amount into VAT is 148.25 into VAT is 0.125 plus the minimum amount. Minimum amount is we have taken here 100. So we'll keep that one fixed, right? So next we need to further simplify and add these. So first we have to give preference to the expression within the bracket. So we have to multiply 148.25 into 0.125. So let us calculate 148.25 into 0.125. 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, 5 5s are 40, 41. So this is 5 4s are 20, 24, 5 1s are 5, 6 7. Next plus here I'm going to write 2 5s are 10, carry 1. So next 2 2s are 4 plus 1, it will become 5. Yes. Next 2 8s are 16. So carry 1, 6. So 2 4s are 8 plus 1 9. 2 1s are 2 plus 1 5s are 5. 1 2s are 2. 1 8s are 8. 1 4s are 4. 1 1s are 1. And after that plus 0 0 0 0 0. Then you can just write add 5 2 This is 5 plus 5, 10, 1. So it will become 11. Next 10, 13, 9, 18, 20, 25. So 2 carry 5. So 4, 6, 8 and 1, 0. And after two digits and here 3 digits, total 5 digits you can leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will become 18.53125. So next 148.25 plus this value 18.53125 plus 100 rupees. So next we'll add this value with 148.25 and you can write here zeros and then you can add 100 rupees, 100.0000. Yes, so 5, 2, 1 and then 8, 7.8 plus 8 is 16. This is 6, this is 2. So 266.78125. So this is how you can go for writing for some other conditions. If the number of units are less than 100, then similarly we can calculate, and if the number of units are greater than 100, then we can use this particular statement and we are going to calculate. So let us see the various values and various units. For that, I'm going to take you to my laptop screen.
Here you can see I have already written this program in Turbo C++ compiler. Let us compile this program by pressing Alt F9. Here it is showing success, that indicates there is no syntax error. Now I'm going to press enter. Let us execute this program by pressing Ctrl F9. Here you can see it is asking the user to enter the old reading. For example, I'm going to enter 50 and press enter. Here you can see it is asking the user to enter the new reading. Now I'm going to enter 70 and then press enter. Here it is asking the user to enter the minimum amount. Minimum amount I'm going to enter 100 rupees and press enter. The final amount is equal to 178.75. Let us execute this program once again by pressing Ctrl F9. Now it is asking the user to enter the old reading. Once again I'm going to enter 50 and now it is asking the user to enter the new reading. New reading will be, I'm going to enter 90 and press enter. Here the minimum amount is 100 rupees and press enter. Here you can see it is printing the final amount is equal to 266.78125. Let us execute this program one more time by pressing Ctrl F9, and now we are going to enter the old reading as 50 and new reading as 110. So I must get the number of units which is greater than 50 and less than 100. So here we are going to get 60, which lies in between 50 and 100. So I'm going to press enter. Here it is asking the user to enter minimum amount. I'm going to enter 100 and enter. Here you can see the final amount is equal to 374.78125 rupees. Now let us execute this program one more time by pressing Ctrl F9. Now I'm going to enter the old reading as 50 only and new reading. If I enter new reading, it should cross the number of units more than 100. For example, I'm going to enter 150. So here it is total 100 units because 150 minus 50 gives us 100 units. So I'll press enter. Next, enter the minimum amount. I'm going to enter 100 and press enter. Here you can see the final amount is 611.706238 rupees. I hope you understood this program. If so, please write down in the comment box as understood. Thank you.